to Sewing Seams with Deb and to Friday Sews. Today we're going to talk about what I'm making. Before we do though, a little bit about what I'm wearing and what I've been up to. So I'm wearing an Oppo cardi. I've had this one for years and it's pure wool. It's not very thick, but it's very warm. So that's lovely. And underneath I have a red Tabitha tee and just a scarf to tie it all off. So just simple clothing today, nothing fancy. Now, what have I been making? So this garment is made out of an old blanket. You might recognise it. A lot of our nanas and our grandmas had these blankets. And I've got the pattern out of one of Tilly and the Buttons sewing books. One moment, please. I'll just get that to show you. So this is the pattern book. It's the Make It Simple by Tilly and the Buttons. And this amazing, fabulous book, another one of Tilly's great books. She's got woven and stretch sewing in here. And she very cleverly goes through the whole process of how to lay out your pattern, which fabrics to buy, what to do about the notions, and how to do your sizing, and so on. In fact, the Tabitha tee is from this book as well, that I use a lot. So the pattern is called the olive pinafore pattern. That's it there. Now I've been looking for a pinafore pattern for ages, and I suddenly remembered that inside this book there's a pinafore pattern. So I've been meaning to draw this up and give it a trial for ages. So then I've had this old woolen blanket I got at an Oppo. There's a photo here that I'll just put up here, or a couple of photos of the cutting out process of the blanket. And I'm trying to keep the binding at the edge of the blanket in place on the hem. So you'll get to see that when I finish it. So it's kind of a wearable toile. And being wool, it's for the seasonal change. So for spring, so a long sleeve tee underneath, something like that. And it is half lined. And I'll just show you what the lining looks like. So I've got the lining all cut out, and it's all got interfacing on. So this lining is some leftover I had from my 50s swing coat. It's very light. And the interfacing is known as medium weight. Feels very lightweight to me, but we shall see how that goes. So there's not a lot more left to do on this. I do want to try it on before I go any further. And the side seams, I've done quite big stitching without the back stitch, so I can try it on before I move forward. And before I, make that at the actual size. So I want to trial it first. So that's the plan. That goes only just on the knee. So the idea is to wear it with boots, or short boots or long boots. And being orange, one of my new favourite colours, I'm very excited about that. And does this ever happen to you? I've been dreaming about making this on and off for months and wanting to do it, and then I couldn't be bothered drawing up the pattern, and then I thought the other day, you know what, stop being lazy and just get started on it. So I've done a half an hour here and a half an hour there in between other things on a busy week. The binding, you see, I'm trying to keep this binding on the bottom. I think that'll look really funky to have that on there, and I thought I'd try and keep the tag as well, but it's a bit shabby, so I don't know if I'll actually get to keep that or not. It's going to have to be worn with a slip because it's quite scratchy, and it might catch on the stockings or the tights, but it's going to be lovely when it's finished. So I'm very pleased about that. Anyway, so now what else have I been doing? I've been very busy knitting. It's been another great knitting week, and I've finished the socks that I was showing you last week. That's them there. Now they didn't exactly match up like the other ones. So this is the Gallipoli wool. So they've been blocked. For those people that aren't knitters, when we finished our knitting, we block it. There's a special way to do that, just in very tepid water, hardly even warm, and with wool wash. But they've turned out lovely. Look at that beautiful toe. That's turned out lovely. And then it's finished with the Kitchener stitch. And then that's my heel. And that's a 2-inch rib band. And that's 7 inches altogether on the ankle. So they have turned out really nice. They're going to be lovely and cozy. All finished. Finished object. So of course, then I'm on that whole needle, I'm on that whole sock mode. So I've made some more. One sock. This has got a shorter ankle and a shorter rib band. It's just 1.5 inch band and a 5-inch instead of 7-inch ankle. And these ones should fit me. And once again, the same sort of casting off at the toe and the same heel. If you can see that very well. Now this is Bellissimo yarn. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the tag in here. Bellissimo. And it looks like this. So I'm just about to start the next sock. So I've got nothing on my needles yet. That's what they look like. Got nothing on the needles. These are 2.50 millimeter needles that I'm using. And the pattern I'm using is very much a vanilla pattern, very basic pattern. And the same one that I used previously. And I'll just open this to find out where the pattern's from. Simple top-down socks, pattern by Ellie Jones. Just a simple top-down socks, a free pattern from Ravelry. And so those ones are going to be good either. Now this wool is knitting up very, very differently than the previous wool. This wool was really easy and quick to knit. This one is very slippery and it's furry, very furry. So it slides off a lot. So I've just got to be very careful. And my gauge is quite different on this sock compared to those socks. So it's quite floppy. And I've even sized down one needle size. So it just goes to show that using different wool and different mixes of wool really brings out a different result. And I know they do suggest to make a swatch, not with a sock. I'm sorry. I mean, if there's a pattern on there, I might do it, but just for a vanilla sock, no, I will just crack on and I'll find someone that will fit that sock. I just want to get on with it. So life's too short for too many swatches, I say. I've also got another project on the needles, as they say in the trade, in the knitting arena. So this yarn is from Bendigo Woolen Mills and it's an 8-ply or a DK weight. Although I need to check that because it seems thicker. Maybe it's because I've been using fingering weight all this time, 4-ply. It feels really thick. And I'm knitting the band on 3.25 needles. And it's got 117 stitches. Sorry, no. It's got 111 stitches cast on. And it will increase to 127. And the pattern, I've talked about this pattern before. I got it from Rosary Apparel. And she's just called it, Janelle from Rosary Apparel has called it the Rosary Jumper. And that's it there. I don't know how it's going to turn out in the green. It might be too dark. But I will do some and then make a decision as to whether I carry on or not. It's an old pattern that Janelle has had permission to convert it and to modernize it. So a few of you have commented in the comments that you also have this pattern. It was free on Rosary Apparel website. Oh, did I get it off a Ravelry? Anyway, it was free. So so that's the next project. It's going to take way longer than a pair of socks. You know, knitting vanilla socks and what's been happening this week. It's been a vanilla kind of week, if that makes sense. Just a plain old week with what I call as business as usual, getting on with everyday things. Went out for dinner to a lovely place the other night, and that's about the highlight of the week for me. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for those people who are making comments. I'm really enjoying those, and I've mentioned that before. And welcome to the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the podcasts. This one is quite a short podcast because I don't have a lot to say about that pattern yet, but I will have something to say about it when I've finished it, and I'll be able to do a twirl in it and all of that. So that's all we got today. It's quite a short one. Thank you for joining me, and until I meet you next time, stay well and happy sewing. Bye.